Denise Lombardo, current mowing customer. Scope of work is going to be mulch install, some shrub tear out, new mulch kind of bed cut out, and then like splitting some tall grasses, similar to what we did last year, and weeding out landscape stone. Starting in the front, so the back bed is stone, so just kind of blow it out, weed out the landscape stone back there a little bit. We kind of went back and forth about possibly trimming these. I think we landed on a no, but if at the time she says, you know, can you trim these, we can prune them up for an additional cost. I mean, I would say maybe $50 for a light prune and a light prune of those two. Third one seems fine in the back bed. Over here, no pruning or trimming or anything like that. I think she takes care of it, but just weeding out the beds, edging it out, blowing them out, cleaning up. Here's what they look like. Rock beds over here, just try to blow them out. There's a bunch of like droppings and debris in there, and then there's some weeds as well. And then after you do it, try to spray this area pretty heavy just to keep it at bay. And then same over here, kind of weed it out and then spray when you're done. The rock beds, this mulch bed, make sure to pick up sticks, mulch it, and then weed out the stones around it. And then move into the back. So over here, she wants to turn this into mulch. So I would say, like, there's stones that are kind of buried in here. I would do your best to dig them out the best as possible. And then you can either throw them kind of over with this other stone. I think we'll keep most of the stone here, or throw it in the front bed. Probably throw it in the front bed. And then this whole area, we're gonna cut it out, spray it, preen it, and then make it a mulch bed. So if there's a couple stones in there that are like really in the ground, you could probably just leave them. It's not a huge deal, but try to get the bulk of them up if you can. Then I would just extend the mulch bed this whole side of the house. Where there's all these stones, you could probably keep, like here, okay, you could probably leave them, or maybe even like line them up along the house is another option of what we could do to keep the mulch off of the house. That's fine as well, but the bulk of this area, she wants a mulch bed. This grass she wants dug out. There is like a termite cap here. I don't know how deep that goes. She didn't know. I said we'll do our best to try to dig out this thing without damaging that. If anything, and you can't, what you could do is just avoid this little area and leave the grassy very small, but try to dig out the rest if you feel like you can't work around that thing. But ideally, best case, get the whole thing out if you can. You can create a mulch all in here. Same thing with these stones, like kind of pick them up and either line them along the house. If you think that looks good, that might be the best, because then you can take these stones too, line them all up along the house, and then cut a mulch bed. I would say probably, maybe even you could cut it like right here, something of that sort, but you make your call in the exact spot. It's not super important. Back here, dig this thing out. Quick note, I forgot to mention it. When I go up front, I'll talk about it again, but there's potentially a plant that comes up that she might want to retransplant and put in this spot. But for now, just dig this guy out and get rid of it. These grasses, just want to like cut them in half. So whatever's the easiest way to do it. You want to chop it like that, you want to chop it like that, whatever. Cut them in half, dig out half of it to shrink them down. Did the same thing last year for. Same thing here. This one I would cut it this way because it's already shaped that way. So chop this out, get rid of it, or the other side, whatever. Or the other, doesn't matter. Just shrink them down. And that's basically it. And then let me talk about that one spot with a plant that I'm talking about. So she said that there's two plants. She didn't know the name of them, she didn't know what they were called, but she said they come up right about here and right about here. So just check in with her. If they do come up and you see them, she might want them dug out, and then she might want one of them dug out and then put out back where we're digging out that one plant. So, and that's it.